Hello, Dolly is currently on Broadway, experiencing a great revival, and we're lucky enough to have it here in Georgetown with our own extremely talented cast.
It is currently running on Broadway now, and it was starring Bette Midler as Dolly and now has Bernadette Peters, and I just think the show is a classic, and I think it's so incredible that we're doing this at Possum Point Players because it's really showing what we're capable of doing here.
It's got elements of the absurd and the absurd comedies of the 30s and the old Broadway that led us to the Marx Brothers, which I love. There's an element of that in it, and yet it's also a very sweet show about love and redemption and friendship and growing up.
This show is really one of those shows that if you just want to have a good time at the theater, you want to come out, see a good show, this is one of those shows.
But Hello, Dolly is just a wonderful production. The songs are all memorable, the cast is terrific, and we're all having a wonderful time going from the city of Yonkers, where I actually grew up and was raised, to New York City.
I'm really happy to be in it. I'm working with a lot of great people.
I think we have such an incredible cast. I couldn't think of anyone better to play any of these parts.
Every type of actress under the sun has played Dolly, including Debbie Reynolds, Ginger Rogers, Mary Martin. It was originally written for Ethel Merman. So anyway, I thought, oh, I'll give this a shot and see how it goes.
I'm thrilled to finally, after 9 years of trying, to play opposite the talented Donna de Kuyper, who stars in the show as Dolly. She's just fabulous. Wait till you see her.
It was difficult to be a widow at the turn of the century in this country, in any country, really. There was no life insurance. Women didn't really have respectable jobs. So it was hard to make a living, and she decided that she was going to put her sights on this man, Horace Vandergilder, who was a wealthy guy from a borough, Yonkers, New York. And we can't judge Dolly about that, you know, that she was going to marry him for his money, because she also knew she could make him happy, and probably a happier man than he'd ever been.
The character I play is a mean, friendless, rich man who isn't really interested in a wife for what a wife should be, love. But somehow Dolly, with all her manipulations, manages to get us all a happy ending.
And I'm really happy that Jim Hartzell had the confidence in me to pull this off. We'll see. Happy to do it with this cast. Love working with John Zinzi.
Mrs. Malloy is a widowed woman, as is Dolly, and we're on parallel storyline there. But I'm not the typical ingenue in that I am a little bit older and I had been married before, so I'm a little bit more sassy and savvy than the average ingenue girl.
I play a man named Cornelius Hackle, who is into middle age and still just a clerk at a feed store, and he's not really lived his life yet. And this show is where he gets an opportunity to go to New York, get arrested, have a good meal, spend some money, meet a girl, and start to grow up a little bit.
My Dolly is Irish, and most people think she's Jewish because of Barbra Streisand's portrayal of her in the movie, but as it turns out, Dolly Gallagher married Ephraim Levi, who was a Jewish man, and they probably met in the mixed neighborhoods of New York at the turn of the century.
As always, it's really fun to work with Jim Hartzell. He's the director. And
under the skillful direction of Jim Hartzell, we've got a great cast. It's full of songs that everybody knows, including the title song, of course.
Hello, Dolly is a really good show to come see. It's family friendly. It's an American classic.
It's a lot of fun. There's singing, there's dancing, there's romance, there's comedy. It's the whole mix of what makes a great Broadway musical, and it's great fun to do as a community theater show.
The show is just so great. It's got a lot of elements to it. It has the romance and the comedy, and it really pulls in all of our audiences, and I think this is a really great show to present here at Possum Point Players.
It's actually a show that is good for all ages. It's funny, it has its serious moments, it has its bittersweet moments, and it's just a beautiful story. And I think anyone that comes to see it will have a wonderful evening.
So this is a true Broadway musical with singing, dancing, laughter, and I would encourage everybody out there to come and see the show, which opens on April 13th. 6 performances, 2 weekends. Don't miss it.